friends. So today I want to do something really fun. And what I was thinking is we are going to do our tiny art show. So I don't know if any of you remember that during the school year, we did a tiny art show where there's all these little pictures and paintings and things that third grade hung up in the hallway. And now I'm going to have you guys try to do your own tiny art show, either in your house, in your neighborhood. It could be even in your own backyard. So something really fun. You can use your Lego pieces. You could use little Peppa pieces. I don't know, just any little thing that you can think of. So I'm going to show you what happened at my house with our tiny little art show. I can't wait to see what you guys create. So today, our lesson that we're going to be learning about is tiny art shows. So the concept behind what the tiny art shows is that we're inspiring kindness and community through our artwork. So looking at this, I'm curious, how do these images make you feel? Now, third graders, I know you've seen these before, but these are something new for others to look at. I know when I'm looking at them, I notice I see little things happening inside. So what I wanted to show you was right here inside this brick wall, you're going to see a little tiny art show, which are these little people that look very similar to like train little characters that you might see in a train that goes around your yard or tree or things throughout the year. But here are little galleries that they're artwork that they're looking at, kind of like a museum. And you'll notice in this picture here that that little tiny art show is way down here where the brick is missing. And this is the whole wall of where that little tiny art show is. So the Tiny Art Show is a community art project that you can read and see here that instills miniature art shows in unexpected places every month. So you can see up here that this one popped up as a tiny art show underneath these stairs here. And basically, they quoting here is these tiny little canvases are all hung exactly about a foot off the ground in like tiny food, silverware, lights, everything you can think of to make a mini gallery opening. So it's to kind of help you feel like imagine that you're shrunk down to this tiny little person and this gallery is part of your universe. So it's just really fun. And I know my image here is in the way, but she was saying that part of her personal favorite is when people use little magnifying glasses and they have to zoom in really far in order to see all of that. Okay. So let's see. There we go. All right. So on Instagram, there are so many examples, if you look up Tiny Art Show, of what they've been doing, some of the different things that they've made, and what their tiny art shows all over look like. So you can look at, do you notice a theme? Why do you think people enjoy making them? And how we can use them in our own community. So I know in our community currently, we can't go out to the playgrounds of various different things. But what I loved is there's a little episode of Pinkalicious that my daughters love. And it talks about this fairy that she makes these tiny little fairy canvases. She paints little things and she hides them places. So she'll hide it in a shoe, or she'll stick like this little tiny little picture on milk cartons or different things like that. So unexpectedly, you'll come across a piece of art and it just maybe makes you smile. I know personally, for an example on my end, is my mom would, before she ever had to leave for a work trip or different things, would always leave me little notes or a little thing in order to surprise me so I wouldn't miss her as much. Okay. All right, so I have a created sheet for you, a planning sheet, and I just want you to think about what you're going to do and create with it. So let's get showing you some of my examples in my house for my tiny art show. So for our tiny art show gallery, what I wanted to show you is just in my sketchbook here, I drew, 6 different picture frames, and I didn't make them really big. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to focus on doing my own little take on different artists. You can make a parody where, for example, a parody is something that, like American Gothic, is where the farmer and his wife are standing outside of their house. And I've seen a parody in which I've had 4th graders do in the past is you change those characters up. So maybe it is if, Peppa Pig, and it would be Daddy Pig and Peppa Pig, or Daddy Pig and Mommy Pig, and any other little things that you have like that. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these in, and then I will show you what my tiny art show in my house looks like. See if you could try to see or figure out what are some of the different styles that I created. I know we learned some of these throughout art class this year and even on our online part. So kind of take a look. I'm sure you could figure it out. And if not, I'll give you some help. Got our little bit of a Jen Stark. We've got our American Gothic here with Peppa Pig, Wayne Thiebaud, some food, Keith Haring. I know we all love our Keith Harings. Did like a self-portrait here. Could even be the Mona Lisa of Sky. And our, right? So play around with your different ones, and I'm going to get ready to hang these up.